Hello, everybody. Man of Light here in South Jersey Research. I just wanted to talk to you about a few things that have been happening to me in the last week or so. As you know, I do research on Bigfoot and Dogman and all the other cryptids in my areas. I have cameras set up out there, and a lot of things I've seen over the years. In just one area I call it Cryptid Swamp. I've had thousands of pictures taken in the past year there. I've seen many things and had audio recordings back there and other things, pictures and everything else. What I'd like to explain to you is all is this. Years ago, I made a pact with the Bigfoot family that's back there. I asked them if I can shoot a video of them, perhaps come up behind me, or if I'm sitting down and they can, walk by, and they said no. They don't like videos, and I made a pact with them that I wouldn't do a video of them, and that's why people say, well, how come you have a video of them walking and this and that? I can take pictures of them, and that took a while for them to trust in me that that's what I would do. So that's why your answer to your question is why not the videos? Because that's the reason why. I can't lose your trust. They're like family to me, and I walk right amongst them. They could be 10 feet away, 50 feet away, 100 foot away, but they're there, and they watch me. They walk with me at times. I can be in the woods, sitting down on a stump or something. You can hear them walking around, crunching the leaves, and you can even hear them talking at times. But they don't like their videos of them being recorded. So with that being said, I'm going to get down to what happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I was heading back to my area, Cryptid Swamp, and I decided, well, let me take a little detour over to the right. And I went a little detour, probably about a quarter mile away. And I walked in this one area where there's a pond. It's a little secluded area. You have to go over a hill and down a hill to get to it. So this is what I did, and I'm walking around. I had my camera that I use, my cell phone for doing videos, but I don't have any slow motion on it on my video. It's an older one, video cell. So anyway, make a long story short, I'm walking. I get down to this one area, and everything was deathly quiet. There was no birds chirping. There was no bugs flying around. There was nothing. No wind blowing, nothing. It's completely deathly quiet. And I'm walking around, and I knew where I was, but then I had a feeling that I didn't know where I was because everything was like disoriented. Not that I was going to pass out or nothing, but I just my mind was like, where am I at type of a deal, and hoping I can get out of there. And I looked behind me to where the hill was where I came over, and it seemed like it was far away, which it really wasn't. So I continued to do some video, and I had my audio recorder going as well. After about probably, I don't know, 20 minutes in there, I decided to get out because I just didn't feel right. Didn't see anything. Didn't really hear anything because there was no sounds at all. It was like you were in an area to where everything's just like concealed to this one area. There was no airplanes going over. There was no sound whatsoever. It was super quiet. But at this one point, I started walking back, and I could hear voices talking, but I couldn't make out what they were saying. But my concern at that time was to get out of there, and I'm walking and walking and walking, and it seemed like forever to get to where I came in. It wasn't really that far. I continued with the video and the audio until I got out of there. And once I got to the base of the hill, I looked back, and everything was like as when I first went in. But there was like a curtain there, deathly quiet. I got to the hill. Now you hear birds chirping, and you can see, I guess it was a moth or something that flew by me. In that one portal area there was nothing. I walked into it, and thankfully I found my way out. When I got home, I got my camera. Let me see, what's the deal is. Go over my video, and everything was recorded in slow motion. I have no slow motion on my camera. My cell doesn't have slow motion on it, so I couldn't videotape in slow motion. But everything was in slow motion. The audio picked up on things that I couldn't hear, and some of the things at the end when I said I was walking out, I did hear stuff I couldn't make out what was being said, but that was all recorded. And you can hear things. I'm trying to get together now and putting my video and maybe audio together, or just do the audio separately and making a video of that, but to clean it up so you can hear what they're saying. It was very eerie when I heard, and it scared me. I haven't been back since, but if I do go back, I'm going to have maybe one or two people with me, which 95% of the time I go by myself in my research. But just in case, I'm going to have one person outside of there and the other person to come in with me if they want to do that, and see if their cell phones work. If they have a regular cell phone, or they have one with slow motion, see what they can do. This way I know it was, hey, they controlled everything that was happening during that time. It's scary out there, especially when you're doing it by yourself. You have a machete, you have a gun with you, but from what I've seen in my research now, and I'm going to get a lot of booze about this here. I've seen Bigfoot, I've seen Dogman in a physical sense, to where they're there. They look like flesh and blood. I've had them walk with me. I've seen them behind me walking. You blink your eye, they're gone. I've seen steps where they stepped in the sand, in the mud, and in the snow. From where they started at, it might take 7, 10, 20, maybe 50 steps. Gone. Completely gone. And most of the time, when they're gone, there's a tree nearby. So if you look back on my video I made a couple of weeks ago about the portals of the trees that they're using to go from their dimension, I believe they're interdimensional beings. I truly do that. And unless I'm proved differently, this is what I'm shown. This is what I'm being shown. It's what I'm going to relate back to you all in my research. I've been doing it for years. I had a K2 meter, EMF meter, actually electromagnetic field, and picks up on things that are in that field force. And in my cameras that are out there, I see Bigfoot, I see Dogman, I see other cryptids, and I've seen even people, spirits that are walking, and my cameras take pictures of them. On the trees that I've seen this, I got one female Bigfoot. Her name is Roxanne. It's not the name I gave her. It's the name that they gave me on an audio recording. And she comes to this tree most of the time. And I, when I go there, I ask for her. She's there. She greets me there. I can go right up to her. Nothing. They don't try to attack me. They don't try to hurt me. They don't do nothing. I give them gifts at these trees, and they're gone. And sometimes they respond by putting something else there as well. But what I'm getting at is these trees are portals where they come through. I put the meter to it, and the meter lit up right across the board. It went from green to bright red all the way across the board, all around it, and the ground around that area there. I had another one where a dog man comes out of a tree, fully came out of the tree. You can see it come out of the tree. I made a video of it. And again, went to that tree there. The meter went crazy on that as well. So that's my belief. They come from another dimension through the portals of the trees. You have many stories about Bigfoot. Went across the road, went behind a tree. Thing was huge, 500, 600 pounds, 8 foot tall. Goes behind a tree, disappears. How many people have seen them in a physical sense and seen footprints, but they disappear? So, I mean, if you have something that big and it's walking in snow, or walking in mud or sand or whatever, why don't you follow it all the way? Because you know why you can't? Because the footprints, they disappear, they stop. I've had them where they start with two footprints here, 20 foot this way over here, gone. So where did they come from? They come out from the tree was back behind over here where they started, and then they go to near another tree and they disappear. There's dimensions all around us, people, and this is what they use. This is what they use. Um, I'm not putting down other researchers. No, I'm not. If that's what they believe, that's what they believe. Okay, but I'm being shown, I'm showing you all what I believe in and what's being shown to me. Uh, you know, this is what I'm doing. This is my research. And like I said, 95% of the time I'm out there by myself. I've seen so many things out there. It's mind-boggling at times. But you know what? I welcome anybody who wants to come with me. I won't go there at night. That I won't do. I thought about it years ago, just to sit out there and see what I can record and all. But from what I've seen, um, and what else is out there, I won't go out there. I'll give myself to about 7 o'clock at night. That's it. As soon as that sun goes down, I'm out of there because I know what's in there, that woods in that particular area. Now, you also get to see here that I've got a lot of emails about New Jersey isn't that big. You need mountains and stuff to have Bigfoot and Dogman. You have to have big forests, humongous trees. You have to have humongous hills and place mountains for them to live in. Well, if you know anything about South Jersey, where I live at, it's called the Pine Barrens. Pine Barrens are miles and miles and miles of woods, so thick you can't even walk in it. Also, there's streams, there's lakes, there's oceans, there's bays around the area here. A lot of areas for them to drink and to eat. There's a lot of farmlands around here where they can get whatever they want. Okay, and the family that I dealt with, that I'm dealing with now, they're like family. I call them family because they are to me. A few years ago, when I discovered them in this one park, I set up two cameras and I had an audio recorder plugged out there. I put one camera near the edge of the swamp, and I had the other camera about 75 feet in more. And I had the audio recorder hidden in between these fallen down trees on the top of the log where you couldn't see it. So I set my cameras up and I set my recorder up and I said, well, I'll be back tomorrow morning. Probably about like 15 hours later, I was going to record all night long until the early morning, until about 8 o'clock in the morning, on which when I went back. Everything, brand new batteries, everything was in there, and everything was set up right. I leave. I came back 8 o'clock the next morning. It was cold. It was like February, and I went over to the logs first and checked my audio recorder, and it was shut down. Now, in order to do that, you have to push a switch up to shut this thing off. I said, well, that's strange. I looked at the batteries. The batteries were full charge. I said, okay. So I went over to the camera that was by the swamp there, and it's taking pictures. When I got there, we're still taking pictures. And I said, okay, that's cool. So I went and got the other one. It was still on, and it was taking pictures, and I shut them both down. I take them back to my house. I go up to my office, like where I'm at now, and I check the stuff out. First, I checked out the audio, and it was only 7 minutes of the audio taken in 15 hours. The audio that was taken was me talking and saying that I hope you can talk and let me know who you are and everything else like that. And they said after I left that they're going to shut down the audio recorder and the one camera by the swamp. And that's exactly what they did. When I went and looked at the camera, it only had 13 pictures on it. Those 13 pictures are when I came there in the morning to pick up my cameras. They manipulated that camera. They shut it down. The other camera, which was about 75 feet away, 70 to 75 feet away, had 442 pictures on it. So their concern was to guarding that swamp area and not allowing me to see them coming out of there. But the other one over here picked up all stuff, and it was hard to see. But I did see them sitting by the trees and stuff on the ground, and I got pictures of that there. Plus, on the audio, they said that they thought I was playing games with them, that they didn't like games and they didn't like anybody messing with their children, which I wasn't doing. But they didn't know me. They didn't know that at the time, that they would kill me if I came back. I was threatened that they would kill me if I came back. So after about 3 days, I said, well, you know what? I'm not going to give in to them. I went back here and I gave them offers of apples and stuff. And I talked to them, and the recording that I had, they said that they didn't like me going back here because I'm human, and they didn't like humans because humans disrespect beasts of the woods, meaning them, meaning the other animals that are in the woods with them, and the woods itself. People trash them, they set it on fires and everything else, and they don't like that. They don't like people hunting them. They don't like people hunting their animals. They're all friends. They're all in a group together. So I reassured them that I don't hunt anymore. I haven't hunted in, I don't know how many years, many years, probably 20, 30 years. Last time I used to hunt. And I used to hunt that area back here, but I don't anymore. I respect them. I know they're back there, and they help me when there's people in the area. I'll give you an instance on this over here. There was a guy. I was setting up my recorder with a camera. I was going to talk to them and play some music and see how they, can deal with the music and any feedback on it, my audio. And while I was there, they're telling me that there's a man coming. So I looked, and sure enough, about 200 feet on down the ridge a little bit there was a guy walking. If I'd have put the music on, he'd have heard it. So he disappears. Don't know where he went. I waited for about 5 minutes, didn't see him. I put the music on, played the whole song, and they corresponded with the music and everything else on my audio. And then they said again, here he comes. So I look up, and the guy's coming back now. He's coming back from wherever he was, coming back the same ridge, walking up this road now. So I said, you know what? I was don't want him around here. Can you do something about it? And about a week went by, and I went back here for my audio, and I said, whatever happened to that guy that was walking here? I said, would you tell him to get out? They said that they scared him, and I haven't seen that guy. This was months ago. I haven't seen that guy back here since. So I don't know who this guy was or how they scared him, but he has never been back here since. And there was another man and lady coming here too, and they scared them away too. They haven't been back here since as well. My cameras pick up on everything that's back here. So they work with me, and I believe that they get along with Dogman because I was back here coming out of Cryptid Swamp one day, and they're walking. You can hear them walking next to me. Sometimes you can see them, and other times you can't, but you can hear them walking. So I'm walking out, and I'm going up now on coming out of the swamp, going up on the hill, and getting to the path to go back to my truck. And I heard something walking. I turn around, and there's Dogman. Solid. Talk about flesh and blood. He was solid. I'm looking at him. Now I'm back here with just a machete, and that's it. I got a long walk to get back to my truck. And I'm looking at it. It's not doing anything. It's not trying to charge me, not trying to bluff me, not trying to do anything. Just he was looking at me. So I decided, well, you know what? Let me walk and see if I can get out of here while he's still there. So I start walking, and behind me I can hear it walking again. I look back and it starts walking. You see me stop, it stops, but it's just looking right at me. I'm going to say he's maybe 90 to 100 feet away from me, behind me. Big, probably about 7 foot tall, maybe 7.5 foot tall. So I said, okay. So I start walking again. I stop, turn around, it stops. But it's walking, it stops. So I turn my back towards it again. I hear something else coming out of another area to the left of me. And I stopped and I looked, and now I see him looking into the area where I heard that walking, and out comes a Bigfoot. And I'm looking at both of them. They're looking at each other, they look at me. I'm saying, man, you know what? I'm dead meat. I'm so far away, I'm by myself back over here. I'm dead meat. What am I going to do? So I walked. I can hear them both walking. They're about, I'm going to say, 10 yards apart from each other, like shoulder to shoulder, but 10 yards apart from each other, on the side of each other. And they're walking towards me. I stop. I turn around and look. They stop. They look at each other. They both look at me again. So now the hair in the back of my whole body was like standing up. I mean, you could feel the electric going right through you. It was crazy. And I wasn't thinking about taking any pictures or anything. I just wanted to get out of there because I'm back pretty far from my truck. So I said, well, let me walk. So I walked. I started walking a little faster. I turn around. I stop, and they're walking a little faster too. I stop. I turn around. They look at me. They stop. So now I didn't want to run because I didn't want to, maybe that would provoke them to come after me. Again, I don't know who they are. I don't know if it's one of my Bigfoot friends or not. I don't know at that time. So I walk a little faster. I'm trying to walk like a speed walk, and they're following me. So now I can see this area where it's almost, close to where my truck is, maybe about 500 feet from my truck. And I turn around and look. They're still coming. Then they stop. They're both looking at me still, same distance apart from each other. So I said, well, you know what? I'm not going to run. I'm going to keep walking faster than I am. I kept walking as fast as I could go. I turned around. They were gone. They were gone. Now, you hear stories about Bigfoot. You hear stories about a dog, man. They'll kill you. They'll tear you apart, everything else. I walk right amongst them, encrypted swamp, I call it. I walk right amongst them there, and they're there 10, 15, 20 feet, 50 feet, 100 feet near me, but they watch me. They're not out to hurt me because they know. I think if one family, like the Bigfoot family, knows me and they trust me with them and in their area, I believe any other cryptid that's there has the same respect for you, and that they won't do anything because they know you're not any harm to them. And that's what I truly believe. And I think if people thought about that instead of watching these videos where, oh, this thing came over here and tore my house apart, it busted my door down, it was going to come after me, and I shot it, but there's no body and all that stuff. I don't buy none of that. Not from where I'm at, unless my little world over here is different from everybody else's. I'm only showing you. You don't have to believe it. I'm not forcing anybody to believe it. I'm showing you the truth about what I do and what I'm being shown to respond to you, to give you the information that I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. Okay. It's amazing what these creatures really are and what they do. I think they're getting a bad rap from other things that are out there. And I think that most people, a lot of people, are making stories up about things that never even happened. That never even happened. You shoot something point blank in the eye, blow the head off. There's no blood on you, no blood on your vehicle, and there's no body for you to say, I shot it and killed it. None. So all these stories, and I'll probably get backlash on this, but I really don't care because I'm sharing what I have what I've done in my research over the years with you, all of you. Okay. And I can answer all the questions you have. You have my Man of Light YouTube channel. I got videos coming up. You can even critique on this video we're doing right now at the end. But this is me. This is the way I do things. I also have a Facebook page which is called Bigfoot Truth. You might want to check that out too. There's a lot of things. There's other researchers that go on there, and they share their experiences on there with me and everybody else. That's growing, and I'm thankful to a lot of people for that. And and my channel, YouTube channel, Man of Light, is growing. I thank you all who subscribe. I thank you all. I love you all. Share and like my work that I'm doing. I'm out there by myself 95% of the time. But this is what I do. My thing is to find. It's just as curious as you are to find things out. In my career as a paranormal researcher, where I first started early in the 2000s, I did many researches in the paranormal, audios, videos, pictures. I have in my library, I have well over 220 some thousand pictures that I've taken. I've seen things that will make you cringe. I've seen things that in the woods, in the sky, in houses, in places that people would cringe. You wouldn't even go out to your car if you knew it was sitting in your car with you. You would never even sit in your car to go. I've got pictures of all this stuff. I documented all this stuff over here. I've seen it. I've been doing it for a long time. And anybody, if you do it the right way, you can go out and see Bigfoot and Dogman every single day you go out in the woods, every single day, if you know what you're looking for. If you're looking for something to walk out and say, hey, here I am, I'm 9 foot tall, I'm 600-700 pounds, I'm going to come after you. That's not doing any research. That's not doing any research at all. You got to know where they're coming from their dimension, again, from their dimension into ours. Start taking pictures of trees. If you have an idea, if you have a feeling that something's looking at you and you don't see it, take pictures of trees. Okay? If you do that, you will see things that will amaze you. It's not pareidolia like people say all the time. It's not. People who say that are skeptics and non-believers because they don't want to believe what the truth is. Okay? I've seen it in many things. I've gotten pictures of Indians in the woods, Indians walking on the trees. Trees are powerful. Trees are energy. They need that energy to manifest themselves. And I asked the Bigfoot family back here, I asked them, I said, you know what? How do you disappear? How do you cloak? How do you do that? And when I say cloak, on the audio, you can hear like a little laugh. It was like, huh, like that. And they said, it's not cloaking. It's spiritual powers. Spiritual powers, people. It's not cloaking. We call it cloaking. They don't call it cloaking. It's spiritual powers. You know? And I love what I do. I'm here to bring you the truth on everything. I'm not putting down any other researchers because I got a lot of friends that are researchers and I love them all. But you have to get away from these documentaries about they're going around killing this, that, and tearing stuff apart and all that. Maybe perhaps, you got good and bad people too. But from what I'm saying, I've seen them, like I said, with that Bigfoot and that Dogman. They were there. You want to call that flesh and blood? They were there. But then they disappeared like that. Didn't even hear them walking away. They disappeared like that. I got them coming out of trees. Got them coming out of even out of water, out of like ponds and stuff, coming out of the pond and swimming in streams. Swimming in streams. I got pictures of them doing all that stuff here. You know, and this is what's amazing about them, because they're amazing beings. They're not animals like we say they are. Bigfoot is a human, a different type of human. They're highly intelligent to do what they do. I know when I'm home and I'm working around the yard, telepathically they're talking to me. They want me to come back to my research area. They want to talk to me back there, or they want to give me a gift on a path that I take back there. I found a medal not too long ago with a gold medal on a path, and it was a protection medal that they gave me. They give me gifts. They give me rocks. Rocks are called pyrite rocks. It looks like diamonds all over it. In that area, you can't find them anywhere, but yet they gave them to me. I got a whole table of things they give me, all the gifts over the years. It's phenomenal stuff they give you. And they come to my yard, because I'm about maybe 2 miles up the road from where I do my research. And they come to my house. They put all kind of stick figures and everything else in my yard. They move stuff around. They're not out to trash my yard. They're not out to destroy things. They want to be friends. They want to be friends with us all. And when I hear people going out there put a bounty on for $1 million, they want to kill them. First of all, I despise that. I'm against anybody or any group of people to do that. They don't have my recommendations for nothing. And another thing too, if you have a gun and you say you're going to go in the woods and you're going to shoot the first Bigfoot you see, or any family member, or especially a child, they know your intentions when you're going there. And I'll guarantee you this, I'll bet my house on it, that if you went in there and one came out and you tried to shoot it to kill it, you would not make it out of the woods. They would never find you again. How many hunters a year, established hunters that know the woods and they've been hunting for years, are never to be seen again? Or maybe they'll see their boots or a gun that hasn't been fired, or maybe it has been fired, but their bodies are gone. Where do these people go? Do they go into another dimension? Are they brought into another dimension? Most of the time, they don't even find the bodies. You can't go and deal with something and say you're going to destroy something when you can't have no power over it. It doesn't work that way. So all these stories that I hear about people doing that, I just laugh at it, because it's all, to me, is all BS. It's all BS. And I'm tired of hearing people saying stuff about that, like that, because you know what? They don't know. They don't know what they're dealing with. They don't know what Bigfoot and Dogman truly are. The government does. Oh, the government knows what they are and who they are. But the government knows that they can go, that these cryptids go out and find anything they want and give it back to the people. And there's so many secrets in our government. That's what they're afraid of. The government tries to shut people down. But I don't care about the government. They can put their little black helicopters flying over. In fact, I had a guy come to my house last year. He kept coming in this area with a black car. Windows are all blacked out. And he would try to follow me. And follow me down the dirt road where I go. It's like 2 miles back in the woods where I go. And I took off in there and went down another road, dirt road. And he went by trying to follow me to where I'm at. I've seen people back there with government uniforms on, trying to find out where I'm at, but they're not. I've seen helicopters flying over, but they're not going to find it. It's okay. They're trying to shut me down, but it's not going to happen. They're not going to do it. I'm bringing the truth to you as I see it, people. And I thank you all for listening to me, through my little talk over here with you all. And I value your opinions. I value whatever you want to say. Maybe you can give me an idea of what you want me to do. or maybe you can give me an idea on how to do things. I'm open-minded for everything. I'm here to find the truth out about everything and bring it back to you as my viewers and my supporters. Again, you know my channel here, Man of Light. And I thank you all who have subscribed and pass the word around. And our group is growing. And I thank you all for that. And also, I have a page. It's called on Facebook. It's called Bigfoot Truth. Check that out too. There's a lot of good people on it, good researchers that are on there, and they're sharing their experiences on there as well. You can ask them questions there as well. Good people. And I thank you all for listening to me now. And I'm going to cut it short because I got things to do. I got to do things around my yard. But I thank you all for being here and listen to me. And God bless you all. I thank you many, 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 many times. I can't thank you enough. Just stay tuned for things coming up. You're going to like what I'm going to put out pretty soon. As soon as I get the audio from that portal that I was in, you'll be able to hear that. And it's hopefully I can get it clear enough for you to hear what you're saying. You kind of really freaked me out. And I'm not scared of a lot of things, but things you can't see. And then you go in, then you step over a hill, you come down this one area where it looks like a beautiful place. You walk in there, it's like a curtain stuck behind you, and now you're like in a vacuum. That's the way it felt. So I just want to let you know all that, and stay tuned for upcoming videos, and have a great night, and may God bless you all, and thank you for listening to me. Cheers to you all. God bless, and I'm going to be out of here now and shut things down. Thank you, and God bless.